Hey, guess. How does it feel knowing you got Wendigoon canceled, Dad?
Yeah, I'm fucking gay. What about it? Pontificating on the pronounced prolapse of a gay guy.
Now, you see, I was raised in the South, right? So, as a kid, any enemy that you could, shoot and kill, I wasn't afraid of.
Just one small problem.
And I ventured here far out into the wilderness to kill them.
Among Lex Updog's tweets, there was one that I took note of, and it was a tweet she liked that was implicating Wendigoon, implying that Wendigoon is basically alt-right. That he's, I would say, like a Tucker Carlson rightist, or whatever you want to say, like not a, white nationalist or anything, but people have been getting mad at Wendigoon for the fact, apparently, that he follows or followed Kyle Rittenhouse, famed young kid at the time, I think he's an adult now, who went out of his way, I believe from a different city, potentially another state. Again, I'm not the best educated on this scenario, but basically he went out of his way, he brought a firearm with him, probably with a group of other guys, to defend small businesses during the BLM protests of 2020. He's not defending human lives or whatever, he's defending property, which basically, to kind of spell out what that means for you, yes, he was fulfilling the role of police. Whatever you think of the fucking politics of any of that. The whole thing is like Wendigoon, I guess, liked some of Kyle Rittenhouse's tweets and followed him. Again, this is where I mention, I don't give a fuck, really, what people like in terms of tweets, all this stuff. I think it's a bit voyeuristic to, draw hard conclusions by what people like on Twitter. But yeah, you can use that to kind of, I guess, get a read for where someone's head is at. Point being, though, HBomberGuy, true to his name, he unleashed a bomb in the form of this video, plagiarism and YouTube. I cannot believe this guy, man. This guy, I really do think, this guy's a glitch. He's a total glitch. This guy's not real. But I do want to take notes from this guy because it's so unbelievable. I really want to replicate it, okay? I'm past fucking jealousy, I really am. I just want to learn from what this guy's doing. The fascinating thing is this kind of, not too crazy title, not too crazy thumbnail either. It's really just not that crazy. It doesn't even show Internet Historian in the thumbnail. That's kind of wild. Not a crazy thumbnail. 8 million views within, 5 days? 6 days. Wild. 4-hour-long video. And about a third into the video, he covers Cave Story, not the video game, not the indie video game that everyone knows and loves. The Cave Story created by Internet Historian. And guess what? Internet Historian plagiarized an article that was a theatrical retelling of events of Adventurer Floyd, okay? Spelunker Floyd, whatever you want to say. Basically a guy who got stuck in a cave for a very unfortunate length of time and ultimately passed away. This article really does read like a story, like a true creative touch to it. The big controversy is that Historian ripped the fucking story almost one-to-one, okay, effectively, and passed it off, or tried to pass it off as his own. And the video got 10 million views. He got a juicy ass fucking sponsor on that video. Made a fuck ton of money. Hey, it got claimed eventually when the site that owns the article, or that posted the article, caught whiff, and it got removed. Internet Historian created a new version, basically a shittier version, where he kind of, it makes it obvious, more and more obvious, that he plagiarized the original story and tried to pass it off. And so yeah, it makes Internet Historian look bad. Internet Historian is a contact or whatever of mine. I've spoken to him before in group chats. I've never spoken to him privately, whatever. I barely fucking know him, but I never thought he was a piece of shit or anything, whatever. Decent people can do dumb, very selfish or just narcissistic things or whatever. But yeah, long story short, he did that shit. It doesn't make him look good. Let's just put it like that. And the breakdown is solid, okay? It's a bit self-indulgent, this whole video might be, but it's fucking YouTube, okay? Self-indulgence is kind of the name of the game, you know what I mean? It's about you. The reason and the way that this bleeds into being about Wendigoon is that our boy here, he kind of points out some of the more, I guess you could say, bigoted elements of Internet Historian's online past. Internet Historian has a bunch of old deleted videos that are offensive or racist or whatever, and HBomberGuy brings it up kind of offhandedly, but he keeps bringing it up, like clearly it bothers him type of thing. Like it's something he's driving home. Like internet historian is very sus, whether he means politically or just like comedically. I think he means kind of both. That combined with the plagiarism did lead to a kind of Twitter cancel culture kind of hysteria to an extent. And that hysteria, that anger, that outrage toward internet historian led to people looking at the other individuals who were involved in the cave story video being looked at with a bit of scrutiny, right? Because Wendigoon does feature in the cave story video. Our boy Wendy, he is in this shit, bruh.
And as he grew up,
That's Wendigoon, dude. Do you guys even know who Wendigoon is? I'm so sorry. I didn't even remember. I need to lay out every single piece of context ever possible in existence. This is Wendigoon.
I'm actually out here in nature because I've determined that Magic Spoon is made not by humans, but by magical elves. And I have ventured here far out into the wilderness to kill them.
So that's our boy. He's he's like a rootin' tootin', kind of southern accent having ass dude. Just an American bloke. Does he really have a southern accent though?
Out here in nature because I've determined that Magic Spoon...
A little bit. He likes his guns, whatever. He's, I believe he's a pastor. I know that he is involved in his local clergy or his church. He's a religious guy, whatever. By people digging through his shit and finding these like Kyle Rittenhouse things and then like learning he's like religious, whatever. There was totally like a bit of hysteria around, calling him a piece of shit. And so Lex Updog actually liked one of these tweets, which basically says, "Guy who invited Turkey Tom to his wedding. Some rude and slanderous things have been said about my character. Inviting Turkey Tom to your wedding is crazy." So people are doing, they're taking leaps. I'm not going to cap, bro. Like, these are aggressive leaps. It's like, because you're associated with Tom or you're friendly with Tom, a lot of what they're pointing at and pointing to make Tom like an undesirable, like a degenerate. You know what I mean? Like, again, there's a big kind of culture within, I'll say like, left spaces on Twitter. Again, what left really means to me is nebulous. Like, these people could just be liberals. You know what I mean? Like, is a liberal fucking like a lefty? Not really. I don't fucking know. A liberal is just kind of a status quoist. From what I understand, from what I've seen, people are referencing an old D'Angelo Wallace video, which outlines, I believe, Tom saying the M word when he was like 16 or 17. I think it was 16. Yeah, 16. And so people are basically saying like, this guy is a degenerate, Tom, degenerate, a write-off, piece of shit, all this stuff. And because Wendigoon is friendly with Tom and he invited him to his wedding, allegedly, Wendigoon must obviously be, a bigoted piece of shit, etc. Which is, just not very dialectical. It's kind of lazy thinking, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm a little bit partial because I am also a friend, or at least friendly with Tom. This certainly reflects my character as well, the way that they're saying, if you're cool with Tom, basically, you're a piece of shit. Some rude and slanderous things have been said about my character, and I just want to clarify that I am not right-wing or bigoted, or anything besides thankful for my opportunity to make goofy YouTube. The only thing I believe in is God, the only thing I believe in loving is God and my wife. Hell yeah. You can smell the fucking backwoods on this boy. YouTube videos. Ha ha ha. Minor spelling mistake. Also, please do not harass or insult anyone who has said anything about me. No one's livelihood should be attacked or threatened regardless. Challenge the argument, not the person. Engaging with them just makes it more popular. Best to leave it be. Yeah, I get look, I'm not gonna cap, okay? I get vibes from this Wendigoon fuck. I've seen a decent amount of this guy, okay? And I know that he's friendly with a lot of people that I'm friendly with. I do get a vibe that he's just a good guy. You know what I mean? He is pretty fucking not like very explicitly political at all. Like, I don't get any overt political overcast through his videos, personally. Don't clarify anything to these fucking losers. Thanks, Daily Roman Updates. My brother, you put Chupacabra in C tier. Did you think there wouldn't be consequences? Yeah, so in reality, like, nobody really gives a fuck about this or like is that concerned. This is just spook. It's total nonsense. But yeah, every day I'm so thankful I was burned with these paint huffers from day one, so they avoid my content entirely. Try not to worry too much about people who think Natsus are hiding under their bed. You're a good man. Alright, thank you, Candacula. The only thing I believe in loving is God and my wife. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the issue. I remember being subbed to him when he had like 4K subs and unsubbed when I heard about him talk about his religion in a random vid. He legit cannot go one video without saying he's a Christian. What? The devout Christian is a bigot? No, shocked, I tell you. Well, yeah, no shit, he kept talking about how Christian he is. When I found out he was a Christian and that he also often posted about guns on Twitter, I put 1 + 1 together, and the result was a red flag! Okay, guys, let's have a little bit of a fucking history lesson. Do you guys realize that some of the furthest left movements in American history were fucking Christian movements? Bro, stop the cap! I understand that people think Christian, they think fucking evangelist, Republican government. These like people who have actually, if you really look at it, like zero fucking affinity to any kind of Christianity in practice, like truly, right? You understand how fucking warped Christianity has become in a lot of these like ways that it's perceived and the ways that it's practiced in the fucking American government. Yeah, it's been brutalized, bro. You go from fucking the meek will inherit the earth to accumulate as much capital as humanly fucking possible. And why that's good, actually. Why God wants you to do that. Why we gotta strip welfare programs. We gotta strip the fuck out of welfare programs. We gotta strip the fuck out of public education funding. We gotta not offer any healthcare. When keep in mind, like, a big part of what early Christians provided was help with healthcare. They had fucking nuns who were usually, doubled as nurses. A lot of doctors historically have been priests. So yeah, there's this brainworms, whatever, cancer, dog shit, fucking sludge head moments that people have where it's like, Christian? American Christian? Shooting guns? Piece of garbage. It's like, okay, bro, that's just cap. Like, it's possible, sure, that someone with those correlations would be like a hardcore right-winger. It's just like, you're thinking so deep into identity politics. You are thinking so fucking far up your own asshole that you're coming and spitting out your mouth this garbage, right? Without thinking. Where it's like, oh, guns? Christian. Bigot. You're projecting identities onto somebody based on categorizable traits, right? Which is just fucking weak. It's just weak. Again, in the case of someone like Wendigoon, judge the fucker by his actions, bro, not by assumptions, right? Like, I've watched this guy and I've seen him say he's a Christian, and it never strikes me as sus or whatever. It never even comes off as, like, preachy. It's just like, yeah, he mentions it. It's like a big part of his life and personality and whatever. Part of his identity, true. Yeah, it's a part of his identity, absolutely. But the larger point of this is, like, sometimes it really just isn't that deep. By trying so aggressively to fit people into categorizable boxes so that you can, problematic. Let's get rid of him. Chuck him in the closet. Close that door. I'm not watching any more Wendigoon content. Yeah, bro, you're just a one-dimensional thinker. I'm not even gonna call you a fucking idiot. You're just a lazy thinker. And you're just somebody that I don't really want to be watching my shit, so fuck off. Sorry, liberals. I talked to God, and she told me she's trans. Back Spyroshad. What's associated as left/right can be found on the opposite side if you care to look. What do you mean, Buddhist priest? You're right. Politics is a circle, not an arc. Horseshoe. Facts. He doesn't impose his Christianity on his audience. He just mentions it as an explainer of where he's coming from. Yeah, like gives context. Look, I'm not even a stan of this fucking guy. To be honest, I'm jealous of this guy. I'm kind of joking, but not fully. Like, he's very successful. I loathe every person I see on the street. Look at that stupid asshole. Normal guy. Just chilling. I am not a cocomelon parent. You go and sit down and watch. I proved the JFK conspiracy with a whiteboard. Yeah, that's one of his goated videos. I've seen that video. But yeah, let's see what Wendigoon's up to. The new horrors of the cryptid iceberg. The cryptid iceberg begins. The best and worst of analog horror. The internet's favorite terrorist. Yeah, these are, holy fuck, he gets a lot of fucking views. Yeah, I'm jealous of him. This isn't me speaking to whether it's fucking deserved or not. I don't really watch. I'll be frank, I don't really watch Wendigoon's content. I've seen his JFK video. I thought it was funny. Holy shit, the cryptid stuff really works, huh? It's incredible. But yeah, everybody that I've talked to online likes Wendigoon. I've never really heard anybody complain about him. And as a testament to that, I can find some more accounts of people saying pretty much that. Wendigoon is one of the realest creators out there. He was one of the first YouTubers to shout me out. He has an unbeatable ability to tell stories and feels so relatable. If you haven't watched his content, you're really missing out. I have so much respect for Wendigoon. That's internet anarchist. The fact lefties are still mauling about Rittenhouse and now Wendigoon for liking some tweets about him will never not be funny to me. Girlfriend of man shot by Kyle Rittenhouse had this about the not guilty verdict. Jesus, bro, what a fucking horrendous beat to put on that dickhead. This is just, who gives a fuck? Like, whatever. Right, so this is another big tweet that I saw. 4K likes, holy fuck. People aren't slandering him for being religious or married. People are slandering him for supporting the white supremacist Kyle Rittenhouse and having some part in those ideals. No one gives a fuck if this man loves Jesus. Like, don't come after him for that. Like, damn, if you want to go after him for anything, you should get on his ass for his name and calling it a cryptid and / or not doing proper research on the subject. Or the white supremacy stuff. Like, these are on the same fucking level. Like, there's a ton of actual things you can bring up that are issues. Got the Rittenhouse stands mad with this one, boys. Honestly, bringing up the fact that Isaiah has liked tweets in support of Rittenhouse is not even slander. Like, supporting someone like Rittenhouse is shitty and weird of you, but don't come after the man for his religious beliefs, please. I think it's really telling that a large majority of the people mauling in these replies are lolicons and pedophiles. Okay. Ugh, just fucking Twitter moment, bro. Just brain rot. Like, actual, just, I don't give a fuck. I want to see the tweets he liked, bro. Like, where's the fucking evidence? God damn it, nobody fucking shows their goddamn receipts on this website, man. Damn, I don't even follow Wendigoon, bro. Look at me. Fuck up. Damn, this pic goes hard. But yeah, long story short, it's a fucking spook, okay? Don't be so obsessed with fucking identity, alright? Don't look for reasons to fucking cancel people or whatever. Of course, there's better reasons to cancel somebody, but yeah. Try not to be bound by identity thinking too much, okay? Even as it relates to you. Like, I mean this, really do. A lot of people, when they are insecure about their own character, they feel like their own character or something about themselves, it lacks, depth. They gravitate toward identities to fill, that lack of fucking depth or, intrigue that they might have about themselves. And this happens on both fucking, sides of the aisle, I guess, if we're going to be, bipolar about it. Obviously, everyone, it's a stereotype that libs, LGBTQ, whatever, people like that, obsessed with identity, right? It's like, I'm gay, BIPOC, whatever. Yes, that is identity politics. Yes, that's, in my opinion, if you, again, lean on that as a substitute for your personality, that is just identity thinking. It's not anything impressive to me. Like, I don't really give a, to be honest, I don't really generally care too much what people say their identity is. I just try to interact with them like a person, which is what most people do. You know what I mean? It makes sense. Whereas online, like, these signifiers, they mean a lot more because it's easier for people to group together based on them. I get it. But on the right, who criticizes identity politics and all this shit, they totally fucking engage in it too, bro. It's like, I'm a fucking masculine, straight, proud, white male. You know what I mean? Trump supporting, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? It's like, a lot of people try to, they see an identity, they fuck with it, and they try to acquiesce with it, right? This doesn't inherently mean it's a bad thing. It's just often a literal filler or a not very fleshed out personality. You all know people like this, bro. Especially in like high school when people's identities are really undefined. There's always people who are gravitating toward more fixed identities. So like there'll be, a common trope is like pick me girls or whatever the fuck. Like women who basically just get into all of like the shit that guys are into to like please or like impress guys, to be kind of like, oh, I'm not like other girls. There's guys who their ideal egos are like politicians. So there's guys who in high school or whatever, they aspire to be like Ronald Reagan, or they aspire to be, some fucking politician. And that kind of reflects in their demeanor and whatever. They acquiesce to that. Tate, to an extent, kind of. Tate's more vague, though. Like, not super, but Tate is more vague, I think, as like an identity category. Like, is Tate really turning kids into sex traffickers? No. Like, he's getting them to, he's promoting them to go to the gym, promoting them to, like, start small businesses. Certainly, he's promoting them to treat women shittier, right? But, like, these are very general categories, you know what I mean? It's not like what would a Tate supporter fucking call themselves? I don't fucking know. Not sure. I think you get what I'm saying. Try to be substantive, okay? Try to explore what you like, what you're interested in, but don't make it the only thing that defines you. You get it. I don't need to fucking tell you. Yeah, your identity should be beyond your politics or gender. There's more value in people than that. ID poll is an atomizing position. No matter how you identify, it alienates you from everyone ultimately. Yeah. Wanted to kill people, and he got away with it. Yeah, I don't even want to look into Kyle Rittenhouse too deep, bro, because to me it was literally like, the day that it happened, I watched the videos and I was immediately like, he is going to get off scot-free. Immediately I could tell. No matter what his intention was, no matter how nebulous and weird it kind of is that what he did, I don't think it's cool. Like there are people who think it's cool. I don't think it's fucking cool. It's adventurous, reckless, waste of life. You know what I mean? Again, I guess the guys were pedophiles that he killed? Maybe? Okay, sure. All right. But yeah, just like the idea of doing that is like very reckless, very fucking suspect. But when I watched the video, I was like, that boy's getting off scot-free, bro. Scot-free. Don't agree with the semantics of the U.S. law lamp, but he was well within his rights. I followed the Rittenhouse case via law tubes because I thought he was screwed and he barely got off. Why did you think he was screwed? Why did you think he was screwed? Was it because he came from out of state? Like, okay, somebody clarify for me. Did he come from out of state, or was it? I thought it was out of state, but was it from out of the city? The big thing that's kind of bleh to me is like Kyle Rittenhouse trying to be like an influencer or whatever, kind of capitalizing on the hype, the attention to be an influencer. That's like, to me, that's like, it's weird. Yeah, the one he killed 2 people, didn't he, bro? The one he killed is a pedo. It's so dumb when I see people use that sort of justification for murder, though. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. It was technically out of state, but he lived in the area. Okay. I thought he was screwed because of the narrative set against him. He crossed state lines, but he didn't do so with a gun. He borrowed the gun from a friend in the city the incident occurred in. That doesn't make it much better in my mind, but whatever. He's pretty much the right-wing spokesperson now. He's a fucking kid, bro. Like, he's literally like 19, isn't he? Stupid. I thought he killed only 1. You guys tell me if I'm wrong on it. I thought that he killed 2 people. He was driven by his mother across state lines with an automatic weapon. Wait, so he did bring the automatic weapon across the state line? He testified that he drove himself from his residence the day before he shot and killed 2 men at a protest that became violent. So I'm correct. Whoever the fuck I'm talking to in the chat, like I know my shit a little bit. I literally watched the video. That's why I have such a good memory of it, because I'm like, yeah, he killed 2 people and blew a guy's arm off. And another day goes by. Yeah, his goal was to help the police. They filed a motion asking for the 29-second video to be admitted as evidence. The video shows Rittenhouse watching men exiting a CVS store and then commenting that he wishes he had his rifle so he could shoot them. It was filmed 15 days before the shootings. Fascinating.
It looks like one of them has a weapon. She hung up. Bro, I wish I had my fucking AR. I'd start shooting rounds at them. I wish I had my fucking AR. I'd start shooting rounds at them.
It was self-defense. So whatever moral that teaches you. Well, you might not be able to kill an idea. You sure as hell can kill a person.
Bad faith? Sounds kind of cool, to be honest. I think I'm gonna make that my first merch line.
It's been such a long time